Merci, Monsieur Toastmaster, et bonsoir, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Tonight, as you dream big for 2025, I want to ask you one critical question. Who do you have by your side? Are they people that lift you up and light the way? Or do they make you feel small, paltry, alone? Or maybe you're just consigned to fate. Life happens to you and you don't really get much of a choice. But never fear, fellow Toastmasters, I am here with a story of two Parises to give you a little bit of hope and inspiration. Now, I truly believe in order for you to achieve your greatest dreams, you need to surround yourself with cheerleaders and champions. I'm very fortunate to be surrounded by so many, including all of you, and I am especially grateful for the love and support of my fiance, Yarrick. I have truly found my tribe. Now, I didn't always feel that way. In fact, when I felt the most alone and most small, weirdly enough, I was in a relationship. I started shrinking in 2013. The year before that, I was a confident, independent, capable, single woman with a dream to travel to Paris. In middle school, we were forced to take 3 years of French, and I didn't enjoy it, but secretly, I fell in love with the language and the culture, and future me would realize that this was actually part of my heritage. My great-grandmother's second language was English, first to French. But past me didn't know that. Past me just knew I had this urge to travel across the Atlantic. So I decided I'm gonna make it happen. Now this was gonna prove to be a bit of a challenge. I didn't have any plan, I didn't have any money, but I was determined to make it happen. So I did some research, and I realized this is way more manageable than I thought it was. It's only gonna take about $5,000 or so, and certainly I could start saving that and get there within a year. So 2013, I determined was my year to travel solo and walk the cobblestone streets in the city of love. And then I started dating John. Now, this came kind of as a surprise to me. It was not love at first sight. We had been friends for several years, and I had no romantic interest in him whatsoever. So it was pretty surprising to me that we ended up getting engaged, getting married. I packed up my stuff and moved across the country to the deserts of California. I still wanted to go to Paris, though. The international travel part would be a little bit difficult with two people and different planning and all of that, but I shared my dream with John and I said, I want to go to Paris. I would practice speaking French in little clips and phrases to him. And he'd always listen and look at me and respond in plain as day English, I have no idea what you're saying to me right now. It was pretty disheartening. But I didn't give up hope, and 1 year later, we made it to Paris. Las Vegas. The Eiffel Tower was smaller than life. The crepes were standard American fare, and I spoke zero French. It was awful. And I just had this vision in my head that that was gonna be the rest of our lives together. I would share a dream, we would put my dream on hold, and we would trudge through the rest of our endless days in unwilling compromise. It didn't sound very appealing. In fact, it didn't even sound tolerable. And I knew that wasn't the life that I wanted for myself. I deserved better than this. So I decided to walk away from that relationship, and I danced into my next one. Now, that's metaphorical, but it's also quite literal. Yarrick at the time was a ballroom dance instructor, and I was his student for about a year. Then I became an instructor, and then we started dancing together professionally and doing competitions and all of that fun stuff. And it just kind of made sense at that point to do everything together as a couple. So in October of 2020, he packed up his cat, I packed up my cats, and we moved together into our apartment. The fact that Yarrick is a cat person and John was a dog person should have told me everything I needed to know. Don't worry, dog people, I still like your dogs. And as Yarrick and I got to know each other, I tentatively shared my dreams of going to Paris. Much to my heart's delight, he showed interest in my dream and actually said that he would like to go with me. I was overjoyed. He even practiced clips and phrases of French, one of which was unbeknownst to me. Until we were walking the streets, we had hired a photographer, we showed up on the Avenue de Camoin, and with the larger-than-life Eiffel Tower in the background, he popped down on one knee and popped the question, en français. It has been a magical 6 years ever since then, and every day, he reminds me that my dreams are worth chasing. I feel so loved and supported and like I can do anything. And that's what I want for you, fellow Toastmasters. A community that sees your full potential and inspires you to go after it. And who knows, maybe we'll see each other in Paris. Thank you.